wins the predictions this morning with the weatherman. We knew 14 degrees was never going to make it. I thought 18 degrees. It shot straight on past there and landed just a little past Barbara's 21 prediction this morning. So well done to Barbara. Got to give her a big applause for that. It is Wednesday, September the 1st, by the way, the very first day of spring here in New Zealand, and it's nice to have everybody on board. So I tell you what, let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107fm, and for you guys that are joining us on Facebook Live this morning, gotta welcome you along. So very, very happy to have you on board. Believe me, this is an absolute pleasure. And if you're going to be watching a little later on over there on YouTube, don't forget, sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Yeah, you know what I mean. Bell notifications when we have important people, much like our very, very good friend and family member of Galaxy 107FM. Of course, we're talking about Miracle Thomas. Miracle, welcome back. It's nice to have you on board. Let me just, there we go. Welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. I hope you can hear me because I pulled back a little bit.
Yes, we can hear you well. We really, really can. And Miracle, I got to be honest with you. I'm loving the jewelry right now. That's really, really cool.
Hey, I told you I had to get dressed up for you.
You spoil me. You really, really do. Gail Hammond is on board. Nice to have you on board, Gail. And looking forward to catching up with you in the near future as well. Gail Hammond, absolute legend in the game. He's actually in the Hall of Fame too, by the way, with his brother Dale, the Hammond brothers.
Yes. Much respect.
Yeah, believe me. And he says, we love you guys very much. Yes, same here, Gail. We really, really do. Today, Gail, we're catching up with Miracle Thomas. Now, it's been a couple of months, and believe me, I think we should talk about this once we've played it. So let's kick it off with Miracle Thomas featuring Rob Hart and Get Up on the Floor extended version, because believe me, this one is going through the roof. You're right here at Galaxy.
I just wanna
How you feeling there, my friend?
Wonderful. I'm looking at you and me on the thing.
Yeah, I'm kind of doing the same thing. So, yeah. I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, looking at you, looking at me.
We'll see you next week, don't you?
Isn't technology fun?
I'll remind you.
And you know something? I put on my special sneakers today because I knew we were going to be chatting. Yeah, I do. They're Stars and Stripes.
Hey, look at mine. I just have on mine. We always have to be bling, something blingy.
Very cool.
Flick your heels 3 times.
Toto, I didn't think you were in Kansas. Dear. Honestly, this one that we're playing right now, Get Up on the Floor, is absolutely killing it. Miracle, I got to let you know, and I got to thank you for your voice drops as well, because we put them together. It makes that little bit more special, you know what I mean? And I think people identify with that. You know, so
yes,
I really want to thank you. But I want to talk about Rob Hart, and I also want to talk a little bit, of course, about Dr. Reed, if that's okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Nice. And at the same time, since we last spoke, we've actually gone back into lockdown here in New Zealand, which is a proverbial pain in the posterior. But we've just gone from level 4, which is maximum lockdown, down to level 3. So people can go out and get drive-through and stuff like that at the moment.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Okay.
But I know we spoke about this the last time, but we would really dearly love to have you come and perform here in New Zealand. I hope you would consider that, because believe me, I think it's a very marketable product that you have, and we would love to be able to get you on our stages here.
Yeah, we talked. Remember, we talked about that as well as doing Australia. Remember?
Yeah, because we like their money, right? Yeah.
More money, more money.
I don't want to run down Australians too much. I really, really don't, because have you ever heard of the band AC/DC?
No.
You haven't heard of AC/DC? Okay.
Oh, hold on. You said AC/DC, the rock band.
Yes, AC/DC.
Of course.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I tell you what.
I heard AC/DC. That's why I was like, okay, it's the accent.
Yeah, no, it's the accent. Yeah, it is. You know. It's that K way that we talk. It really is. But the founder of AC/DC and very first lead singer, Dave Evans, he's coming for an interview on Friday, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
Good friend of ours.
Thursday in the US.
Wow.
Thursday in the USA.
He's in Mexico.
But he's actually in Mexico right now.
Mexico. All right.
Yeah.
Where's Dave?
I think he's kicking back with some
Where's Dale?
mojitos.
You usually together.
He's doing that
Anyway.
tequila stuff.
Nice to see you. So I'm talking to Gail.
Oh, you're talking to Gail. Okay, fair enough.
I'm watching Sister Barbara down here on the laptop.
She looks good, doesn't
Being
she?
a goof.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you get me. Gosh. It's a shock to the system, isn't it? It
I don't know,
really
you look
is.
good in a cartoon now.
I look great in a cartoon. Have we put Miracle into a
I'm
cartoon
not
before?
sure. Yeah, most
Did
probably.
we make you a cartoon the last time we did?
I'm gonna get comfortable. No, you didn't.
Okay, well I tell you what,
Okay, well,
this
we'll
time round
try.
you're going to be turned into a cartoon as well, which is fun.
No, the first lot were Dale and Gail.
Yeah, it was too. Let's go to the desk.
Don't you wanna dance? Don't you wanna move to the beat? Get on the floor. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Get up and get on the floor. And Galaxy FM on radio beats. Galaxy FM.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today folks I'm so elated, I'm really, really happy to catch up with good friend of Galaxy's, Miracle Thomas. Welcome back to Galaxy, Miracle.
Good to be back.
It is an absolute pleasure to have you. You're looking great.
Thank you.
You
I
really...
told you I had to pull out my good stuff for you.
Well, you know, I think you've succeeded and some, to be honest with you.
Oh, thank you.
Now, believe me, Miracle, we're playing Get Up on the Dance Floor, and we're playing both versions. This version here, the extended version, it seems to be more popular than your first version. I don't know why, to be very honest, because they're both very, very excellent versions, if you know what I mean. But this one seems to make an extra connection with our audience. To me, it kind of takes me back to my disco days, you know what I mean, being a DJ in nightclubs, stuff like that. It kind of takes me right on back there. Now, when you put this particular track together, was that part of what you had in mind, was to sort of like go back to the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s kind of feel of dance floor music?
Yeah, well, actually, Rob featured me on that song. He sent me the track, and I had to listen to it a couple times. I knew what he wanted, so I said I was just going to write something lighthearted, nothing about love or none of that, just party and forget your problems. And I just pushed record, and that's what I came up with.
Well, you know, I think you did an absolute superb job. Terry Van Cannon is online as well. Nice to have you on board, Terry. Deep Grooves, very nice. Very, very cool. They really, really are. And this lady, no exception, is one of the best rising stars today. She really, really is. And believe me, Terry, master in his craft as well. He's a blues steel guitarist, if you know what I mean.
Oh, okay.
And many, 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 many years of experience in that man alone. and has friends. Literally, one man he plays with at the moment, Bob Margolin, is the former lead guitarist of Muddy Waters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, a bit of history there.
I was going to say, that's some history. Before I got on with you, we were watching the James Brown story.
Okay, okay.
I put it on pause.
Well, yeah, well, believe me, it's nice to be able to interrupt the king of rhythm and blues, literally.
The king.
You believe me, I want to break out and no, I'm not going to do that.
No, don't do that. No, don't do that.
Yeah, everybody in the room's going, oh, no, no. Don't want to see that or hear it at all, literally. Believe me, Miracle, I sing tenor, or maybe 12 miles away from anybody that can hear me.
He's a drone.
Yeah, comfortably, literally. And then I'll supply earplugs as well, just in case,
Nah, it's not that bad. Can't be.
Kerry says he's watched the James Brown doco. It was good.
Maybe we should watch it.
I tell you what, we'll have a look at it later on when we get some time, free time, which is virtually not a lot of time these days.
I understand.
Being in lockdown right now, this station literally is running on a skeleton staff, if you know what I mean. Normally we have about 15 people around here right now, and only 5, and they get away with it by saying they're essential workers, you know what I mean? And they have had their shots. Unlike me, I am booked in, but unlike me, I haven't had my shots, but I get away with it because, well, I can.
You're staying away from everybody except for them.
Well,
You're in your bubble.
I'm lucky to get out of here, let alone get to my home, to be able to get back again. I really don't mix and mingle with people because being on a skeleton staff, at the end of the day, the buck stops with me. I got to be responsible and make sure that everything's still running at 1 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Right.
And everybody seems to like sleep for some reason. I don't know. It's too overrated. You know, here I am, 1 o'clock in the morning, babysitting computers. Literally. Miracle, you know, it has and always will be an absolute pleasure to catch up with you and discuss stuff. Now, the last time we spoke, and literally, I don't feel we did this justice, to be very honest with you, because the man is an absolute legend in his own right. I would like to talk about Dr. Reed.
Oh, yeah. My vocal coach, the late Dr. Napoleon Reed, I met him when I was about 16 years old, and my mother was looking for a vocal coach for me. Not necessarily for the part of singing with feeling or with emotion, but she wanted me to learn music theory, which happened to be classical, because he's a classical teacher. So I learned a lot from him. I told you the last time how he was there with all the guys from back in the day, Sammy Davis Jr., you name it, he was there with them singing and performing, and he would tell me a lot of stories. So I learned a lot from him, not just about, like I said, about music, but about life, period. At 16 years old, it's like you're in front of a legend that you really didn't know was a legend at the time.
Now, I got to ask you, and believe me, I realise right now there's not a lot of shows going on, and I'm kind of hoping that changes in the near future, but let's set the scene here. And this was a question that was posed to me this morning, actually, from a young lady coming out of Italy. She goes, please, can you ask Miracle this question for me? Her name is Domino, by the way. She says, okay. And let's set the scene here. Band's on stage. Crowd is in anticipation. You can feel the vibe coming from the crowd. Lights are on, smoke's there, all the effects and everything. Just before you step on stage, do you get nervous? Do you get the butterflies?
Never have I. Let me knock on wood. I have never gotten nervous, and probably because I just love to do what I do. It's just natural. Like how we're talking, it's like singing to me. Okay,
believe me, you don't want to know how nervous I get, literally. And believe me, I'm very comfortable in 100,000 crowd, easily entertaining them. But believe me, you put me in a room full of 75-year-olds and I'm just no good.
I would love it.
Well, I got to be honest with you, and this actually happened. Local retired business association asked me to come along and speak about Galaxy and the successes that we've had, everything like that. What about 50, 70 people?
Yeah, something like that.
All staring at me, no music, and believe me, I deal with music, you know what I mean? No music.
That's your thing.
all these old people staring at me, and I just didn't know what to say. You put me in a crowd of 2,000 or 200,000, comfortable, very comfortable on stage.
And
I
it
can
was like
entertain you
church.
all day long. And what made it worse was on the way in, my friend says to me, "If you're nervous, just think of them as they were naked."
Okay, did it help?
No,
No, that was fun.
no.
Everybody's naked.
Everybody's old and
Believe me.
naked.
You say old and naked. Don't.
There was male.
That
Was
lady
it
in the
just
first
ex-
row really upset me for the rest of the day, I've got to be honest. Yeah, yay. But
Oops.
I tell you what,
Yes.
There was
just
male and
recently,
female there,
and
so-
believe me folks, this has really been happening, is that we've been playing a song, Let Me Love You, and it is going through the roof here. We haven't said a lot about it, we've been playing it, putting the proverbial toe in the water, testing the waters to see how our audience would react to it, and they are eating it up right now. 1,899 requests and climbing right now. Miracle Thomas, please tell me all about Let Me Love You.
That's another raw heart track. He sent me the track and wanted to know if I could connect with it instantly. It just, I pushed the record button and hold up, wait a minute, I want to talk to you. I just started singing.
Well-
And that's how Let Me Love You was born.
Well,
Like most.
I got to be honest with you. It is, again, and we're finding this quite often with you, Miracle, is that I'm starting to not be able to get through a breakfast show without playing one of your tracks. And this is applaudable, absolutely applaudable, because people absolutely are starting to connect to the Miracle Thomas movement. They really are.
Aw,
And I
thank
am
you, guys.
so happy about that. And this is how we do it. Check this out, Miracle.
Hey everybody, this is Miracle Thomas playing on Galaxy 107 FM. Oh yeah, baby, you should let me love you.
We use that so often. We really do.
Aw,
If
thank you.
if you want to do a couple more, something like that, we would
I
love
sure
to have
can.
it. Awesome.
And I will. You know I will.
Well, Miracle, the thing is, the more we have our audience hear your name, the more they connect to you, the more they request your music, the more they research you, and before you know it, you've got a whole new fan base. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Like you said, but it's personable. And when I did it, it came from the heart. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad you guys like it, though. Thank you.
Well, you know, as an engineer, I love your work. I really do. I think I've said it to you before that I don't listen to it like a fan. I listen like an engineer or as a DJ and the content on it. Moreover, I like to know how other engineers work. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yes.
I try and break stuff
Yes.
down and figure out where that mindset was. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't. I've said to before, I can't fault your work. I love what you do.
Thank you.
I really do. And I'm kind of hoping, Miracle, that you're going to put at least an EP or an album together and send me some copies so I can give them away and keep your name just blitzing it here in Galaxy. What do you reckon?
Yeah, we've been working on a lot of songs, and that's probably one of the ultimate goals for Rob is to do that album.
Awesome.
So
Awesome. At the same time, do you have a website?
yes, I do. It's my first and last name, miraclethomasmusic.com.
Awesome. Do you have a merch store on your website?
We're working on that after I talked to you. I researched, and it's in the making.
Do that. As you can see,
Thanks to you.
as you can see today, for instance, I'm wearing Mad Symphony. And everybody, again, while we're talking, everybody's on the interwebby thing going, who is Mad Symphony? How does he, you know, and again, I don't wear bands I don't like, okay? I promote bands that we love. We do. So I'd be honoured if you would send me a shirt, I really would. You know?
As soon as I can get it ready.
I did say pink, didn't I?
No,
No?
I didn't say pink.
No? No? Well, I tell you,
You didn't.
yeah, if you've got a pink one, I love pink.
You just did, though.
Yeah, I do.
Nothing wrong with a man wearing pink. Nothing at all.
No, not at all. It's like a guy wearing pastel blue.
Right.
Yeah,
Hello.
you know.
Wear whatever you want.
Exactly, exactly. It's not the colour, it's the message.
Hello.
And the message is all good. It really is. Thank you for taking the time out of your evening to talk to us.
Thank you so much for having me. And I want to also let you know I do have an album though that I'm working on, but it's house music versus soul music with Ian Greaves from Barbados and his partner Brian Horry and DJ Busy B. So that's an album that should be out probably in November. Or maybe
Miracle,
sooner.
Miracle.
Yes.
In our
Yes.
name, it is Hot Radio Beats.
All
Okay.
right. I got you.
You give me. I'm gonna be all about greedy. Yeah. Literally. Let's go back to the desk, Miracle. That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and yes, my lady producer is right. The staff are just absolutely dancing around here, loving the work from Miracle Thomas. They really are. Let me tell you this, and Miracle also receives a great deal of inspiration from powerhouses such as Gladys Knight, Patti LaBelle, Randy Crawford, The Emotions, Denise Williams, Earth, Wind and Fire, The Temptations, Stevie Wonder, Kenny Rogers, Reba McEntire, well, we know Reba, Dolly Parton, and the one that gets me, the list goes on and on and on, but there's a New Zealander in there. And no, it's not Keith Urban. It's not. It is Kerry Takanawa.
Yes. Oh, I love opera.
Absolute diva. She really
yes.
is.
Much respect to her as well.
Yes, and also the equivalent of being knighted, she is a lady here at in New Zealand, you know what I mean? And much deserved as well. You know, very talented lady. She really is.
Yes, she is.
When I say to artists, you know, do you know, any New Zealand singers, most of everybody goes, oh yeah, we know Keith Urban. yeah, good.
That's true too. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
True. But who would think opera, classical?
Exactly. Excuse me. Sorry, the old, a bit of feedback there. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, believe me, Mr. Director's looking at me in a strange way right now. He's going to hit me with one of those clipboard things. He's getting good at it too, you know. It's just like a frisbee, you know. I don't only have to duck my producer, I've got to duck the director as well, you know. They're very good at it.
They got you bobbing.
Yeah. Watch out for the sandal. Literally. Miracle, we are going to have to move on, but please keep up the good work. Will you please come back again?
I will, and we'll be sending your remix of Let Me Love You Too once this warms up a little more.
Okay, now tell me something.
Love you guys.
Tell me something, Miracle. Let Me Love You remix version. How long is it? Is it over 6 minutes?
No, it's not, but it's more of an up-tempo, and it takes it to a whole nother level.
Okay, does it go past 5.5?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
Oh,
You
okay.
have to talk to Rob.
The reason why I say this, and I got to be honest with you, I'm old school DJ, nightclub DJ, right? 6 minutes, dance music, 12-inch music,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I get it.
And we have a 12-inch show on a Friday night that's dance music, and I don't get enough modern artists that I can fit into that show because,
Right.
honestly, I love your work. I would love to be able to at least add
A little
one
longer.
to this particular show. It gives you that much more exposure, right? So please, keep it in mind. We would love...
You know I'm going to have a sidebar.
Well,
Rob.
the whole deal is, and literally, I spoke to an artist coming out of British Columbia, and he says, well, Grant, you know, don't tell me 6 minutes or so, mate, because my guitarist will just go crazy now. I says, bring it on. We're not one of these stations that, like the rest
You don't
of
have to worry about the radio-friendly version.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking
exactly,
about.
exactly. We're not a 3-minute station, not a 3-minute song. We are here for the artists and their creativity over making money. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I feel you.
We make enough money as it is. We really, really do. So it is time to give it back to the artists that really, really do deserve it. The best artists, and we say here, because we're tomorrow, you're still in August, aren't you?
Yes.
Somebody says to me, so
Yes.
last month.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, you know.
So last month. But we
But I got you.
we have a mantra here. We really have a mantra here that says we play tomorrow's music here today. And Miracle, you are tomorrow's music. You're tomorrow's artist. You're tomorrow's superstar. And we want to get behind you as much as possible. If it means that you're going to play a 7-minute song, bring it on. We'll play it.
So Rob probably would love to hear that, though, because he's from that school.
Exactly. And you tell him with blessing, we would love to be able to meet Rob as well. We really, really would. And next time you run into him, give him a poke in the eye for me, won't you?
You know what? You may run into him before me. We're always on Facebook or Messenger. I never met him before, so.
Seriously?
Never. And we've spoken one time on the phone, literally one time. We
That-
just met music.
That is a hell of a connection.
Yeah, it's magical. It is.
Yeah, that's fascinating too. And thank goodness for technology.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Miracle, hang in there. We're actually going to switch over to the other studio right now, but please don't go anywhere right now. And speaking of money, we better pay the bills, right? Here we go.
Pay them bills. Pay them bills.
Galaxy.
How was that?